Everybody makes Ooltewah, Tennessee sound like the perfect little Tennessee town with quiet streets, family-friendly neighborhoods, upkept neighborhoods, mountain views, so on and so forth. But in today's video, we're going to discuss the truth about Ooltewah, Tennessee and what you can expect when looking to move to this area. And also, I'm going to start this new series where I'm going to hit off one specific area each week, and I'm going to do 2 videos or try to do 2 videos a week. The first time discussing kind of like this, we're going to go through, cost of living, housing prices, what to do, all that type of stuff. And then the next video in that week, I'm actually going to do a full map breakdown of that area where I can get in depth in the nitty gritty, where parks are located, restaurants, all these different things. So they're going to be separate videos instead of making one huge video. Hopefully that'll help break things down easier for you. So stick around to later on this week so that we can have that video come out so that you can put this living in Ooltewah video with the map breakdown of Ooltewah. Just wanted to put that out there, but let's go ahead and get into today's video. So the first thing we're going to discuss is cost of living. That's one of the biggest items that people consider when looking to move to an area, and that's also going to include housing prices, groceries, utility bills, all that type of stuff. So Ooltewah, Tennessee is actually 14% lower cost of living than the national average, which is pretty crazy when you consider what you get for living in Ooltewah with how affordable it is to live here. So in that 14%, you have housing costs, you have utilities costs, and you have grocery costs. So the biggest costs that you're going to save in Ooltewah are housing costs, and according to pay scale, compared to the national average, homes here in Chattanooga are 25% below the national average. Then you have utility costs, which are 11% below the national average, and then you have grocery costs, which are about 3% below the national average. So overall, as far as cost of living goes, it is much more affordable to live in Ooltewah. Of course, I can get into the nitty gritty, but just go to payscale.com or just go to Google and just compare whatever city you live in compared to Ooltewah, and it'll give you a breakdown of what the difference are when it comes to housing, utilities, groceries, gas, so on and so forth. But if we're looking at housing prices specifically, as of April 2025, the median price point of the Ooltewah area is about $438,000 that you can expect to get here. Now, I know if you were to Google that, you're gonna get bigger prices. You'll get Rocket, I think they say about 460,000. I think on Zillow it says about 450,000, but the actual median year-to-date price point as of April for Ooltewah, Tennessee is about $438,000. Hey guys, real quick, I'm a real estate agent here in the Chattanooga area, and we have helped a ton of families move here, whether it's Ooltewah, Hickson, Saudi Daisy, Signal Mountain, wherever it is that you're looking to move to the area. We would love to help you. Shoot us a text, give us a call to the number on your screen. We are professionals and we love helping people relocate to the area. We're really good at our job and we really love to help people move here. So if you're considering it, you have questions, you want to get on the call, shoot us a text, give us a call. We would love to help you out. With that being said, let's get back to today's video. Now let's discuss a little bit about, the lifestyle that you can find here in Ooltewah. What is there to do? Why do people move here? I already kind of discussed it. You have very much this family-friendly type of vibe. You have a small town type of feel, and you have nature galore. When I do the map breakdown, you'll see kind of where the mountains lie in Ooltewah, but there is a mountain range in Ooltewah that you typically can see from wherever you are in Ooltewah. Doesn't mean it's going to be in your backyard or you're going to have mountain views if you buy a house here, but for the most part, it's just to show you that there is a beautiful nature landscape here, and because of those mountains, we also have a ton of trails in the area. Now, the main trails are located in Southern Adventist University. They have 2 main mountains, White Oak Mountain and Bauxite Mountain, which they have a ton of trails over there, and it's actually open to the public. It has free parking. They maintain it year round. It's open to anybody that wants to come. You have walking trails. I go there trail running a lot. There's mountain biking trails. There's a lot of nature that you can experience there for free. But right outside of Ooltewah, it's not technically Ooltewah, but I'm gonna kind of just bundle it into Ooltewah. You have Enterprise Park, which is where Volkswagen, they built this huge plant where they produce a ton of cars in the area, and they also made this preserve and kind of donated or allowed it to be part of the community as well. And they have well over 50 or 75 miles worth of walking trails, biking trails. There's picnic areas. There's no camping there, but there's even an equestrian trail. So if you're into horses, horses are a big thing in this area as well. There's a bunch of farms, a bunch of horse boarding places. You can actually take your horse there and there's a trail for you to ride. So if you love trails and kind of climbing and mountain biking, that type of stuff, we have a ton of that here, along with the nature and the trails aspects of things. We also have a ton of parks in the area. One of the big major parks here is Imagination Station. They just did a refresh and just updated the park, and it's huge. Kids love playing there. There's a ton of space for everybody to run around, and it's also along the Greenway. The Greenway is a 6 mile there and back, and the Greenway goes through a ton of open spaces, including the Veterans Park. Then it goes through the Imagination Station. Then it goes through pickleball courts, open to the public again. It goes through the commons area where there's a ton of live events. Sometimes there's some bands playing there. Sometimes there's things like the Chinese New Year festival. There's a ton of things that go on there. And then right after that, the newest park in the area is the Little Debbie Park. For those of you that didn't know, McKee Foods is a huge corporation and a huge employer in the area. And they actually make all the Little Debbie snack cakes in the area. And it's a big part of the local community. They just helped the city build the newest park, which is absolutely beautiful, has a ton of open spaces, whether you want to play, soccer or volleyball, or just kick the ball around, throw the ball, whatever you want to do, there's a ton of space there, plus a brand new park that's absolutely beautiful. Our kids love going there all the time. So if you like parks, if you like the outdoors, Ooltewah is a great option for you. Another area that you should definitely visit or consider when thinking about Ooltewah or just visiting the area is Cambridge Square. It has a ton of nice restaurants, and it also has this little area in the middle where you can walk around, you can let your kids kind of play around, let off some of their pent-up energy, or they have a ice cream shop where we take our kids all the time, and then we walk across the street into this little courtyard area where it has turf, it has some benches and stuff like that, and let our kids burn off the sugar that they just had with their ice cream. It's a beautiful little area. You have mountain views from there. It has a ton of great restaurants. Another cool thing is that they have a little stage there. Sometimes they have bands or performances, so you can sit outside the restaurants and enjoy some live music. It's a great little place to have in Ooltewah. So if you like to be around some restaurants, every now and then have some bands playing, they definitely have that there, and it's definitely nice to have in your backyard. Now, the next thing I want to discuss is safety. Now, it's according to Neighborhood Scout. So according to them, you have a crime rate of 4 in 1,000, which equals to lower than 73% of US communities. Take that for what you wish. I would highly suggest that you go on Neighborhood Scout or just go on Google and start looking up crime data and crime places, because Ooltewah is pretty big. When we get on the map breakdown, it's huge. It starts at the Tennessee and Georgia border, and it goes all the way up into Snow Hill and almost in Georgetown. So it spans a wide range, and it has very different types of communities. So if you want to look at specific communities or specific areas, definitely look into the crime data. I have a ton of friends that live in the area, and according to them, they have never had any issues. And because they're so much focused on family friendliness, there's places like Collegedale which have their own police department. So with all that being said, I just wanted to touch on safety because that's something that I get asked a lot. You should definitely do your own research in looking at the specific communities and the specific areas when moving to Chattanooga. Now, I want to discuss commute or transportation. If we're looking at public transportation, this area does not have a lot of public transportation. If you're using Uber and that type of stuff, yes, we do have that. If you're looking for more for like buses or public buses, we don't have a lot of that. I believe CARTA doesn't come all the way here, which is the Chattanooga city specific public transportation, because Ooltewah is its own incorporated city. So it's not part of the city of Chattanooga city limits. So for public transportation, we do not have very good public transportation. You are going to have your own car, or you're going to have to Uber everywhere. Just keep that in mind. Now, if we talk about commute, depending where you live in Ooltewah, you're probably anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to downtown Chattanooga. Now, you could be very close. You just hop on the highway, you get there. Something that I will mention is that traffic is starting to increase and grow, not only in the Ooltewah area, but in all of Chattanooga. The highways are being expanded. The roads and the back roads are starting to be expanded because Chattanooga is growing so much. So just take that into account. But I will say that if you go to Nashville, 2.5 hours northwest of us, or Atlanta, 2 hours south of us, traffic in those cities do not compare to traffic in the Chattanooga area. Yes, when you live here and you're used to not having that much traffic and you start to get traffic, yes, it is annoying, and yes, it is traffic compared to what you're used to. But when you compare it to bigger cities, traffic is nowhere near as bad as those big cities, so something you can take into account. But if you're looking for a commute, whether that's for work or you just want to go downtown, you're anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes, which is absolutely doable. We have helped people move from California and Arizona and other places of the country where they have a 1 to 2 hour commute to work and then a 1 to 2 hour commute back from work. I remember I helped this one couple from California. They had a 4-hour commute to work and a 4-hour commute back from work. It was absolutely horrible. They said they couldn't be in that job for longer than, I believe, 6 months or a year, and they had to transfer because, I mean, who's gonna drive 8 hours a day just to get to work, right? That's absolutely crazy. So for the most part, whether you're in Ooltewah or anywhere in the Chattanooga area, you're never more than 30, maybe 40 minutes away from anything that you want to do or get to, which is a huge plus in my book. The next thing I want to discuss is healthcare, right? A lot of times people that are moving here, maybe they're elderly or they have any health issues, or maybe you're moving here and then your parents are going to move in with you and you want to have some healthcare things around you. Or like me, I have 4 small kids and I need to know where I can go in case of an emergency. Something that I will mention is there is a ton of primary care offices in the area, but there are not any of the hospital hubs or main hospitals in Ooltewah specifically. But remember what I said earlier, you never, 20 to 40, 30 to 40 minutes away from anything in the Chattanooga area. So if you need a hospital with an ER, you're probably about 15 to 20 minutes away from Erlanger East, which is in the Hamilton Mall Place area, which is 15 minutes away depending where in Ooltewah you live. There's also Cleveland, which is the next town up. So if you live close to 75, you can easily get on 75 and get to Cleveland, or get on 75 and get to the downtown where the main hospitals are. So if you need something like an urgent emergency room or that type of, hospital setting, you're probably 15 to 20, 25 minutes away from that. Or if you just need like an urgent care, we kind of have urgent cares all over the place. You need a primary care, we have that all over the place too. So I just wanted to mention healthcare and what you can expect from healthcare when living in the area. One of the things that I do want to drive home is that if you're looking for a vibrant nightlife, if you're looking to party or, do that type of stuff, Ooltewah is probably not for you. But if you're looking for space, if you're looking for peace and quiet and mountain views and nature and having that in your backyard, this is probably somewhere that you should seriously consider. There's nothing wrong with, partying, doing that type of stuff, or having a vibrant nightlife. We should definitely look at other areas of Chattanooga, whether that's North Shore or closer to downtown or South Side or those type of places. But if you're looking for that neighborhood feel, that family-friendly environment, and again, you don't have to have a family, but if you want to be around that, if that's a very important thing for you to be around because you just like that feeling, definitely check out Ooltewah. You'll be surprised at how much of a nice little town this is. There's so much to offer here, and everybody that comes across Ooltewah absolutely loves it. Now, it doesn't always work out for them for one reason or another, but you should definitely consider it if you're looking to move to Ooltewah. So Ooltewah is a great place to live for people that are looking for what it has. And if everything I discussed today is very intriguing to you, you want to explore further, and you want to consider moving to Ooltewah or find other areas and have more options that are like Ooltewah, reach out to us on the number on your screen. We would love to have the opportunity to help you move here. We have helped a ton of families move here, and we love helping people relocate to the area. With that being said, that is today's video, guys. Till next time, take care and God bless.